Can you teach me how to defend myself better in combat?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice.
All right.
Isn't that quite a lot?
Agreed. Now listen up.
Can you teach?
Certainly.
I'm interested in more.
All right.
Isn't that? What about the...
That's not. Agreed. Farewell.
Huh? I'd like to improve.
Certain.
I'd like to practice.
All right.
Isn't that?
God be with you.
I'd like to improve.
Certain.
I'm interested.
All right.
Isn't that?
That. Agreed. Take care.
I'd like.
Certain.
I'd like to.
All right.
Isn't?
Agreed. Farewell.
I'd like to get back.
Certainly.
I'm interested.
Wouldn't you
I'm interested in more about.
Wouldn't you rather?
Well,
Good luck to you.
What needs to be done?
Look, a military encampment's a complicated thing. I don't expect it to be as peaceful and orderly as Holy Mass. But what we have here now is havoc. The men are as nervous and short-tempered as caged bears. When you walk around the camps, you'll see for yourself. Grumbling everywhere, complaints about everything from the gruel to the fleas. They're moaning they've drunk the alehouse dry, and now they have to wait for the next batch of beer. We've got dead who deserve a decent burial, and a lot of wounded, including one of their lordships. The less the troops grumble, the better off we'll all be. But that's not even the main problem.
What do you mean?
Did you hear what Sir Divish was saying to Fafar, our master builder?
I heard some of it.
And what did you make of it?
He'll manage. He was in charge of the whole Skalitz mine works, so what's one trebuchet?
But, if it'll take him as long as he said, we can't wait until Judgment Day. We don't have that much time.
I'll try to ask him if I can help in some way.
You should definitely do that. Without a trebuchet, we're much too weak.
How are you faring, Sir Robard?
How do you think I'm faring, lad? There's some cutthroat thug lolling about in my bed at the castle.
Well, at least no one's raised Talmberg.
Not so far. Though we may end up doing it ourselves to smoke the bastard out.
I imagine Sir Divish isn't taking it too well.
And why do you think he handed command over to me? But it pains my heart, too. That place is my home.
What's the easiest way to take back Talmberg?
The easiest way? Call in the Royal Army and leave it to them. But there's no Royal Army to help us now, and we can't afford to wait. What's more, we don't want to destroy the castle. Personally, I'd like to return to it.
Repairing the castle will be expensive.
And time-consuming. No trebuchet is wholly on target. The missiles fly as they please. And if we blast the castle to pieces and Sigismund comes back, he'll make short work of us.
Do you think Sigismund will come back?
How do I know what's in his head? But if he doesn't take advantage of this chaos, someone else probably will. The whole country will know about it soon enough.
I'd never have thought so many people were keeping an eye on Talmberg. Like that fellow Havel.
Not only Talmberg, and we've left precious few men in Ratai. If we're defeated here, who's to stop them from pillaging the whole province? And there's no shortage of power-hungry bastards like Havel and Toth in Bohemia.
Is there some way we can get through the gate?
There are steps from the gate up to the walkway on the battlements, and I don't know how Ishtvan's covering them. Then there's the portcullis to get through. A big battering ram might breach it, but how could you get one that close? I reckon we'll have to set fire to it.
Stack up brushwood and light it?
Brushwood, timber, anything that burns, soaked in as much pitch as possible. The local charcoal burners surely have some.
And even if it doesn't burn the gate right down, it'll weaken it and make it easier to break through.
Exactly.
And what about the walls? Which side is the most vulnerable?
The south and east are solid. It would be useless to try anything there.
It's best defended from the north, and as for the west...
From the west is where we tried it, and got royally fucked, if you recall. But I think in the end we'll try that way again, only this time we'll do it better.
Pity they didn't stay holed up in Vranic for longer. It would have been much easier there.
Toth is a wily fox. If he'd had all his men with him there would have been real carnage. It's likely we only won there because he'd already gone and taken most of his best soldiers with him.
Is there anything you can tell me about Talmberg's weak points?
The truth is, Talmberg has far too few weaknesses. Who'd have thought that was something I'd come to regret?
Pity they didn't stay holed up...
Toth is a wild...
Is there anything else I can help with?
Well, we need some pitch. I know you had dealings with the charcoal burners.
I've met a few, true enough.
Then have a look around the area. If you manage to find any pitch, bring it to our quartermaster in the camp at the quarry. Good luck to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Greetings. What business have you?
How are you, my lord?
How do you think? That slimy toad has my blood boiling. If I get my hands on him, I'll rip his black heart out. Only I've been handed the job of guarding the western route, and the quarry. But there's not a damn thing happening there.
Well, at least you're out of archery range of the castle.
True, but it's not much consolation. If the men don't get something to do soon, I'll have to put them to work in the quarry. Idle hands are the devil's tools.
How do you think the siege will go, sir?
Better than it has done so far, I hope. First we lost your lord and father, and then our nighttime assault failed.
I'm sorry we didn't succeed. It would all have been over by now. But at least we got out alive.
If the two of you had been left behind, Istvan would have had another pair of hostages. Oh, let's pray our fortunes improve. But I'm a bit worried about that trebuchet. I don't have much experience with engines of war. Even if we do drive Toth out, there might not be much left of the castle after we've done it.
Sir Hanush, do you think Sir Radzig is all right?
Oh, don't worry, he's more used to Toth alive, so he's in no danger for now.
For now?
Radzig's a man who knows how to take care of himself. I'm more concerned about Lady Stephanie. It would be dreadful if anything happened to her.
It was a pleasure to talk to you, Sir Hanush.
Likewise, Henry. Good luck, then.
Jesus Christ be praised.
How are we doing with the food?
Who wants to know? One of their lordships?
No, I just wondered if there was anything you're short of.
Oh, I see. The lordling is wondering if we're in urgent need of anything. Well. To tell the truth, we don't have much meat. They bring it round often enough, but never as much as they should.
Yes, I've heard something like that.
I'll say. Every other man's moaning on about it. The gamekeepers are doing all they can, but they can't keep up. So if you know how to help them out, bring it right here. I'll take care of the rest.
Fine, I'll keep that in mind. I brought you some meat.
Stack it up. What's going on? You said you were...
Do we have any beer?
Christ, I wish we did. Our ale's all gone and we've drained the local inn dry.
That's bad news.
Don't I know it? You can't go and catch a beer in the woods either. But if you happen to know about some, let's hear it. New and the lads too. God be with you.
I brought you some meat.
Stack it. May the Lord watch over you.
Look, you'll love.
God be with you.
I need to bring a few kegs of beer back to Talmberg.
I've hardly any beer left, but I have got a lot of goat's milk. Do you think that might lift their spirits? God be with you.
What in the... Who's there? Answer me. What's that?
Well, I never. Can I do anything? What's going on there?
Hey. there? What's that?
Who's there? What's that?
I hope I can be of help to you, knight.
I need to bring a few kegs of beer back to Talmberg.
I've hardly any beer left. But farewell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm honored that a knight such as you take.
I brought you some meat.
Stack it over here.
That's the lot.
Great. If we're really going to have to storm the walls, then at least it should be with full bellies. Oh, and here's something for your trouble. Take care now.
To me?
That's my... Look what you'll love. Look what you'll...
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
The Lord be praised.
Are you wishing you'd stayed home at Ratai instead of joining in our nighttime venture?
You must be joking. I haven't had so much fun since... actually ever.
Really? Despite being wounded? Actually, you missed the best part. When I was hauling you like a sack of grain to the battlements, dead to the world.
It can't have been that much fun if I fell asleep. But you might have handled me a bit more gently. I'm black and blue all over.
Oh, all right then. Next time I'll just leave you to Istvan's tender mercies.
Nonsense. What would you do without me? Still, thank you for hauling me out of there.
Anything for you, my lord.
Goodbye.
Greetings. What do you need?
How do you feel, Sir Divish? How's the shoulder?
I felt better, boy. I feel awful, truth be told, and my shoulder's paining me.
Let someone tend to the wound and you'll soon be better.
The flesh can be healed, perhaps, but the spirit... Henry, can you do something for me?
What is it you need, sir?
I need a priest as well as a physician. The closest was in Rovna, but I don't know what happened to him. And then there's the one from Ujits. what's his name?
Godwin. But why would you need a priest? The wound will heal, especially with the help of one of the monks.
It's not about me. I've got a lot of wounded here that won't see morning, and dead men, and I have to confess my sins.
Sir Divish, I'm here about...
I've heard. The people in the village are dissatisfied. They've been complaining about you. They say you're incapable of maintaining law and order.
I'm sorry, sir. It was more difficult than I expected.
Henry, you know I can't afford to have disgruntled subjects. I'm afraid I have to dismiss you from the office of bailiff.
But couldn't I try...
You shall no longer be in charge of running the village, and you shall no longer be entitled to any...
Good luck. Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm at your...
I need to bring...
I'm sorry about that, but I don't have any to spare. I can...
God be with you. May the Lord watch over you.
Let's have a word... Are we agreed?
I'd almost... All right, so.
You're the one who's in charge of the wound.
Yes, I'm the infirmarius here. Time was I only had a few elderly monks who couldn't walk to take care of. Now I have this mess to deal with.
Monks so old they can't hold themselves up with their own legs.
Oh, if that were the only bodily function they could control. But I shouldn't talk like that. It's a blessing to live to such an age.
I've come to ask for help.
Again? Such trying times we live in. God is testing us all. So what is it you need?
Their lordships have laid siege to Talmberg, and the brigands have wounded Sir Divish and many other people. I'm to ask if the monastery might send someone to help.
Sadly, I can't assist you. I have many needy folk right here requiring my constant care. I can't just leave them.
And what if I helped you out here? You'd have more free time, and there's a wounded nobleman at Talmberg who needs a proper physician.
Yes, then I'd be willing to go, but not until everything has been put to rights here.
Very well. Where should I start?
Talk to your hunker. She knows what's needed.
I can't. I just can't.
What's that?
I won't get any sleep. I just won't get any
Would you
sleep.
teach? Certainly. I'm interested. Wouldn't you rather?
Well,
God be with you.
Please. What will happen to my family?
how are the wounded from
Some of them are well taken care of, but others Others are dying here, needlessly. It's a good thing we have Johanka here. I'd never be able to manage on my own.
So you don't normally treat the wounded then?
Well, there were accidents, of course. A broken leg, someone who'd been kicked by a cow or bitten by a goat. But this... I've never dealt with the carnage of battle before.
If only it had been a battle. This was cold-blooded slaughter.
You were there? God be merciful to you and the dead and the wounded.
How can I help you?
Have you talked to Johanka?
I did.
Well, if you know something about it, then go and take a look. However, you don't look like you've studied the Hippocratic arts.
That's true. I'm the son of a blacksmith, but I have been around the wounded before. What do I do if I'm not sure of the treatment?
Come and speak to me. We'll see what we can do.
I won't get any sleep.
What do you think about the
I just
custodian?
won't get any sleep.
Baron von Berg? Well, he does his job well. He keeps us safe here. And the last time I saw him was when I was rubbing ointment on his rash.
I heard he's been here a lot lately.
That's true. He comes to visit Johanka. But he's never here long, and he always leaves unsatisfied.
Thank you. Why are they so badly provided for? People are crammed in next to each other, and some have to sleep outside. That can't be good for them. It gets freezing here at night.
I can't afford anything more for them.
How is that possible? You're the infirmarius. You decide how all the money gets spent.
But I have no say in how much money I'm given. And because the abbot's away, it's still the same amount I had when I was taking care of a few old men.
Can't you do anything? Won't the others help?
Unfortunately not. The brothers in the cloister aren't much interested in the external world, and the custodian has enough on his plate with the chaos in the region. Besides, his main concern is the smooth running of the monastery.
And the local custodian? His crew has enough provisions.
I tried him, but it seems he had some disagreement with Johanka, and now he won't give us anything.
I'll try to talk to him. I can't believe your conscience lets you leave the Skalitz locals in such a state.
I know. I'm ashamed. But my brothers believe it's all in God's hands now.
Quiet!
Even so, conditions here seem to me quite unchristian.
You're not the only one.
I can't stay here. May the Lord watch over you.
Huh?
Henry.
I brought some meat.
Quiet!
Thank you, Henry. Rich food will definitely help.
Tell me more about the situation here. All right, that's all I...
God be with you.
Oh, come on. What are you trying on here?
Enter. Huh? By the horn of Joshua, you startled me. I thought you were urban. What do you want?
Well, I was just a little curious.
Ah, curiosity, the mother of knowledge. There was a time when I used to stick my nose where I shouldn't, too.
What happened?
That's a long story. I was a little, more than a little, critical of Sigismund's efforts at Nicopolis. And it might surprise you to know, after that defeat, he didn't particularly appreciate my criticism. Then, when Sigismund abducted the king, I didn't feel too secure in Prague, so I left. Perhaps left is the wrong word. Some might say I was banished. In any case, I went to Bettelern Castle.
They locked you up in Bethlem?
Not quite. It's a royal castle. They leave me to my own devices there. Frankly, this so-called banishment has been a bit of a blessing. I have peace and quiet to attend to my opus and a band of able assistants. Although I have lost quite a few of my patrons thanks to all this unrest.
And why are you here in Sassar?
To be honest, I need the money.
Money, sir? You don't seem like a man who lives in want.
Dear me, no. I don't need it to support myself. It's to fund my opus. That's why I agreed to help with the construction of the monastery. So you see, I can't simply take my leave.
What is it you're working on, sir?
Belli Fortis. A great book of war machines and weapons. My opus magnum, my legacy. All you have seen here are but snippets of my great work. Mark my words. One day, our whole world will be run by machines and inventions not yet dreamed of.
Of course. Any day now, they'll plough our fields and milk our cattle.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking aloud about things for battle. Thanks for the chat, sir.
You're most welcome. I always enjoy a good chat. Look out!
Good health to you.
I'm helping at the infirmary now, and I came to...
Ah, and how is Johanka? Do you know her well?
Yes, I do.
Good, good. Does she ever talk about me?
Sometimes. A little.
That's good. Excellent. Johanka means a lot to me.
I'm mainly here for supplies and to talk about the state of the wounded from Skalitz. They need blankets, food...
Well, that's not my problem. Let the infirmarius take care of it.
His hands are tied. Until the abbot comes back, he can't get anything.
And why should that interest me?
Maybe because of Johanka.
What precisely are you getting at?
Something could happen to her too, someday.
If any ill befalls my dear Johanka, she won't be left lying on some grubby floor. I'll personally see to it she's taken care of.
Because I'll pay you.
For supplies? But of course, that will be...
Oh, come off it. You get your supplies from the monastery for free. No one will bat an eyelid if you ask for more. Blankets can get chewed up by mice. Food can go off. Are we agreed?
I'd almost shake... Yes, these things happen, certainly. And as long as the monastery needs my protection, they'll have to put up with it. God be with you.
Thank you. I'll come
Again?
Their lordship.
Sad.
And what? Very well.
Talk God be with you.
Please, help me. What are you doing here?
You're not from Skalitz?
No, but please help me.
What happened to you?
I was working on the building when the scaffold...
Well, and you're very...
Yes, that's what everyone tells me. But it's no use being alive if...
Is there anything I can do to help?
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse, and an old hag from the village gave him some kind of purple herbs for it.
And do you remember what the herbs were?
I don't. But there's supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of the world in this place.
I'll try to find some.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Greetings.
Tell me more about... All right. One of the...
Semek.
No, he's a...
Henry, for God's sake. Our neighbours are dying here. Your friends. Oh, honest.
Listen, all I need to find out is the name of a herb.
Then go and look it up in a book.
Tell me more. All right.
God be with you.
Do you know anything?
I'm not an expert.
Well, one of the words he mentioned...
Herbs.
Oh.
Good luck to you.
everything here is fine.
God be with you.
I'll come to...
Again? Such
Their lordships have left...
Sadly, I can't assist you.
And what if I helped you out here? You'd have more free time.
Yes, then I'd be...
Very well. Where...
Talk to your hunker.
Take care now.
Henry.
Tell me more. What can you...
He's supposed to be in charge of all the guards and the security of them, and that's why he probably thinks he can do whatever he wants.
All right.
God bless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look out.
Hey. Henry, I'm glad you came.
Good day to you.
Andrew, there's no more beer in Talmberg, and the soldiers are starting to grumble. Can't you send some there?
I could, but there's nothing in it for me.
Just as a matter of interest, who do you pay your taxes to?
You're saying I should be paying the Talmberg to old Sir Divish? When Sir Havel of Waldeck was the master here, I managed to wriggle out of it. Nobody's come collecting since.
Well, right now, there are 3 noblemen camped by Talmberg, one of whom might be very interested to learn about all the tax you owe. I imagine he might want to collect it in the form of beer.
The gentry have other things on their minds right now than a tavern.
You're not suggesting...
You wouldn't be the sort to go off there and snitch on me, now would you?
The camp's not that far away. Imagine if the soldiers got so upset by the lack of beer, they went on the hunt for it and ended up here. They could do some real damage. Wouldn't it be better to have them drunk and happy somewhere else?
If they came here for a drink, I'd sell it to them. Why would they do any damage?
What if someone lied to them that you were a Toth supporter and that they'd have to make do with water?
Go ahead and try, and we'll see how it turns out.
But surely you don't want it to come to that.
Maybe I do, lad. Stop wasting my time and fuck off now.
If you don't see... What do you think about town?
What do I think? That as long as decent people can live in peace...
Well, this new lord never forgets a man who fails to pay him a single grosh.
That's terrible news, especially for us. Poor folk. I hope you'll drive him out of here so fast he'll shit himself. Or hang him from the tallest Talmberg tree.
People usually shit themselves when that happens too.
All to the good. A nice bit of manure and everything blossoms.
I'd like to...
Or...
Isn't...
Agreed. Good luck.
Have you still got... Just doesn't matter. You're not...
Go...
If you don't...
God be with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God be with you.
I'm looking for some pitch for Talmberg.
Already? What happened to the last lot we supplied?
I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Do you have any, or don't you?
I do. I had a buyer lined up, but it's been a while since he showed his face. What do you need it for?
Talmberg's been taken by a horde of brigands, so we're laying siege to it. We could use some pitch.
Christ's blood. I hadn't heard the news. All right, it's all yours. You gave us a hand with that ginger when we needed it, and if it's for Sir Divish, I know my duty. If you want to haul it away yourself, feel free. Or I can get someone to deliver it to you.
Thank you. God bless you.
God be with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm at your service.
The charcoal burners nearby have some stocks of pitch they'll let us have.
That's handy. Sir Rubard will be pleased. What little we had left was running out, and he was getting worried.
Well, he can stop worrying.
Good. I'll get someone to take care of it. May the Lord watch over you.
I hope I can be... May the Lord watch over you.
There's something I need from you, Father Godwin.
Is there, my son?
There are a lot of dead and wounded at Talmberg, and no one to make the sign of the cross on their forehead.
I'd like to help you, Henry.
What's happening?
I have a delegation here from the Archbishopric in Prague. They claim I have a heretic in my parish, and there's talk of building pyres. I fear if I left matters here unattended, half the villagers would be roasted before I got back.
I see. Sort of.
Go and ask elsewhere. There's bound to be a willing servant of God left around here somewhere. Good luck to you. May the Lord watch over you.
Yeah. Yeah.
God's sake.
How are the men holding up?
They're a rabble. The out-of-towners are desperate to go home. And
Are they causing trouble?
no trouble as such. It's true I've caught a few of them asleep on their watch. There's nothing a couple of lashes of the whip can't cure.
Well, there might be a simpler solution.
Whipping a man, simple enough. Just give one of them a beating, the others will remember. And when they forget, do it again.
But then you'd have an injured soldier. It occurred to me a herbal...
I never heard of any wives' quackery helping troop morale. But Christ knows they could do with something to flush the booze out of them and keep their eyes open.
Can you teach me how to...
Certainly.
Well,
God be with you.